So innovators, we got a serious problem going on, and it's an international problem. So after the hearing of Massey versus Pam Bondi, it exposed a pretty big and disturbing truth. It's happening on both sides, whether it's the UK, France, Germany, or the United States. It's called international global blackmail. And yeah, y'all probably know where I'm going with this. And yes, it does include MI6, the CIA, and Mossad. And you know, the truth is that politics is definitely coercion and violence. And it's an echo of one of my favorite content creators, High Impact Flex, by the way. Shout out to him for actually spreading the truth before I did. And if you haven't seen his channel or Disturbing Illusions or all the other channels, I recommend y'all subscribing to one of those channels that I just mentioned already. And he's tied to my fourth favorite, which includes Maverick and Legion of Men, which I will get into the top 10 sometime in the future. But right now, we need to talk about something very, very serious. And you know, with all the bread circus going on, it's just truly insane that somebody that's in a high-level agency would just be dodging questions like Joe Biden from all these 4 years. Except, it's Pam Bondi. That's the difference. They want you to believe that the Republicans are better than the Democrats, when in fact, they're just two wings of the same bird. Which I've been saying for many, many years up to this point. It's just now the curtains and the mask are falling off live on television. And guess who I found it from? Legion of Men. That's where I found it. Although, to be fair, it was spread over X as well, which I also have an X account as well. And Upscroll. And soon Kick as well, which I just created already. And I'll tell you one thing. I was very impressed with Kick. Which, by the way, Legion of Men is also on Kick as well. I'm not sure about any other content creators that I mentioned, but let's be fairly honest. It is just so crazy what the world of 2026 has become. It has become the year of bread and circuses. One on the left and one on the right. Now I'll tell you one thing. You want to know who's the real loser in this hearing? The entire administration. Oh, by the way, it spans into 4 administrations or more. Maybe several since 1913, but I'll get into that in the next few videos. But right now, here are my thoughts on the Pam Bondi, or should I say, Blondie hearing. Trash. Utter trash. She got called out by both parties. And it doesn't take much to piss both of them off. And the people too. You don't know why? It's because of the Epstein list. Nobody wants to see a complicit genocidal government not accountable. You think that's gonna fly with Americans today? No. It never did. You think the Native Americans would let that fly? Not at all. Actually, it is quite the opposite at this point. But to be fair, I am taking a very beautiful walk, and man, is it gorgeous. The weather's perfect, and everything seemed to be pretty peaceful until you realize that the truth has been out there this entire time. And no, it is not the left versus right dialogue, which I used to be trapped in as well. No, it's multipolar. That's exactly what it's turned into, but I gotta let the cars go by real quickly. Gotta watch out. Yeah, the only negative about having these types of walks is that the cars are right there. But you know what? It's just a natural thing in this neighborhood, so I'll let it be. So, comments down below. Do you truly think that the Epstein files should be fully released for truth and transparency? Or is there something much darker going on with the Epstein files, with it just being the front man and there's more disturbing stuff over there? So comment down below what you think of this actual darker truth that's been going on for decades. So now we need to get back to the Pam Bondi situation. I'll tell you one thing, when I watched this in almost the entire hearing, I was not surprised by her responses. What I was surprised on is some of the Congress members grew a pair and actually confronted her in real time, which I was actually pretty shocked about. I was like, huh. So, if there are more accountability hearings like this, then the country will reunite one day. Right now, we have the mainstream media of the left and the right doing devil's advocate, which is called divide and conquer, which you've probably heard several times from Alex Jones, Candace Owens, and pretty much anybody that is aware of what's going on. You've heard of this from, let's just say, aka conspiracy theorists, which in fact, they're now correct more than ever. Call for an uprising being one of them, knowing what's going to happen in the future. Sure, I've had several disagreements with him, but he's right on the ball when it comes to the two-party system. Right at the ball. Right at the ball with all the darker truths. Turns out, they were correct all along. Especially with the US dollar dominance going on. Well, anti-dominance now, but back then it was dominant. I could totally go into more details on X or upscroll, but YouTube is pretty sensitive on certain topics. But you know what else is in the list? Blue Star and the blue and yellow shekels, aka Israel and Ukraine. And yes, especially the USA version of China, aka Taiwan. You name it, it's all over the place. The main reason why I use code names is because it's just easier to describe. And I guess we could call it the wheel, the green and orange, which is India. And the problem with pariah states like that is that it all eventually collapses due to the US empire influence, like Rome, Babylon. And yes, the French Empire, Germany, they all have an expiration date, and so is the UK. And you know, we have a serious problem of accountability and succession, which, by the way, Bo talked about some time ago. But he is right, we do have a succession problem. But I think another problem that he did not address is the political parasite, which Brian actually correctly pointed out. He was correct. And the truth is the truth, even if it offends both sides. And unfortunately, it has to be uttered. Both parties don't work for the people anymore. And I even mentioned it a couple months ago, but now it's here. You've seen it all. Everything that has been uttered on X from the people that knew what was going on from the beginning, they were right on the ball. And now the real question is, well, what's next for all this after all this? Well, if you have been paying attention, not only in the financing space, traveling space, and everything else, it all correlates together. I would say every single one of them. And now, what's another thing to think about? I think another thing to think about is, how do you actually handle problems like this? How? Because I know in the next few videos I'll be talking about solutions in the chaos, which I think is going to be a very good video. Doesn't matter if it's physical, mental, spiritual, whatever it is. You gotta always have a solution. And you know, it kind of reminds me of the finale of season 2, when Tommy is just facing a lot of crises all at once, getting fired, and his son almost going to jail. And guess what? This powerful phrase is too important. I don't talk about problems, I have solutions. And you know, if we all have that mentality right now, this whole entire corruption thing would just fade away, like what Mike Wazowski was talking about many, many years ago. If it all faded away and we just focus on solutions, what problems are we going to have now? Well, there might be less, but that doesn't mean it's going to be completely gone. It's just we now know the problem. If both sides come together and stop bickering and putting Americans first, none of this would be happening right now. We would see a lot of arrests, which is what the current administration is trying to do, but guess what? They've been blocked left and right. So I'll tell you one thing. If there is one thing to solve all these problems, is to stop worshiping corporations and stop letting foreign governments infiltrate our government, the people's government. And that's the only solution forward in order to eliminate the problem. And that's it for today's video. If you enjoy videos like this, do me a favor, like and share and comment down below, and subscribe to this channel down below. It would be highly appreciated if you do. And with that in mind, take the golden pill. The revolution is now. And I'll see you in the next video. We're counting on you, innovators. If you enjoy videos like this, and you're actually interested in videos like this one that just happened recently, do me a favor, like and share and comment down below and subscribe to this channel right here and right now. With that in mind, I'll see you in the next video, innovator.